Recording.
Oh,
Okay, we are live. We are recording. Natural Wine World, episode 4. Woohoo! Today we have, and this is actually the first time that I am on video. So this is the second time that we have video. I am Petra. I am the wife of the winemaker. We also have Judith, who has been on this podcast before, our house sommelier at La Robina and Natural Wine World. And then we have Ismo. Ismo is the vintner and visionary, the alchemist, the main man behind La Robina wines. And together, the three of us are going to talk about aromas.
oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, I think Judith, I'm going to give the floor to you because this was your idea and you are the
Yes,
sommelier
please.
and you know what you're doing.
At least I like talking about what I'm doing. So I find aromas, first of aromas, when we talk about it in wine, that's what hits your nose. So we're talking about what the wine smells. Taste and flavors, that's on your tongue. So today we're mostly going to discuss what we smell in wine and why we smell it. So that's why I also asked you guys to get some wine in your glass today so that even though we're in different places, we can still taste the same wine and smell it together.
Yay. Cool. So, Ismo and I are in the same house, obviously. We are married, but we're in different rooms. So, Ismo actually has the bottle, and I need to run and get some wine from Ismo from another room. I hope that's okay. But before we go there, actually, Mademoiselle Sommelier, I have a question for you about the glass. I
Ah.
brought two different glasses because I didn't know what is the appropriate tasting aroma tasting glass. So, what do you recommend?
In this case, because the wine we are tasting is your Grenache, you'll get to introduce it in a couple of seconds, Ismo. It is quite an aromatic grape. Sometimes it likes to breathe, but since we're tasting, we're gonna swirl the glass.
Okay.
We're gonna, when you want aromas to pop out, it's nice having a bit of a tulip because then it's more concentrated.
So it's this one.
Exactly. I will go for that one today.
Okay, I'm going to run to our veranda where you can see that Ismo is there in the sun, and I'll be right back.
How
Yeah.
did you convince her to get the sun, Ismo?
Well, I don't know. Finally, after 2 months, we have a bit sun here.
That's nice.
I conquered the terrace.
That's beautiful. Oh, I can see her. That's nice. Do you want to present the wine? What are you
Sure,
pouring?
sure. Just a sec. I'll take this cooler off.
I can show the label in the meantime.
Actually, I don't have a label here. I ran the cellar and I found out that there was our like the last bottles because we're not selling this anymore, and we
Mhm.
ran out of labels for last 50 bottles or so.
That's a
So
very winemaker thing to say.
yeah. So
Casually running to the cellar.
yeah, I ran to the cellar and I found that you always have to have that 50 bottles or something in just kind of observing how they age and of course for liability things. If something happens, we can track it back to
Of course.
Cheers.
the product.
Yeah.
So
So what do we have in our glass?
so what we have in the class is 100% Grenache, and it happened to be so that we in was this 23? Yes. We had a 1 barrel of Mouvert and 1 barrel of Grenache, and we decided to make like a special batches of this. So it's been macerated about 3 days, and after that we put it in the barrel, and it was about a year in the old French oak barrel from 2018. So shouldn't give too much about the flavor, but still a little bit.
Mhm.
It comes from Languedoc, Saint-Ginian appellation area, uh, around this gist, from micro valleys, what we have over here. And this region especially is very known about its Grenache, and one of my favorites, absolutely always been. It's kind of a sweet, but there is a lot of happening under, and then who likes Grenache likes this Grenache.
Hmm. And that's the reason why I asked us to taste this as well, as you're saying, because a lot is happening. Grenache is a very expressive grape.
Yeah,
And the fact that it's spent some time in barrels as well, flirting with the oak, also puts an expression on the wine.
yeah, exactly.
And I can tell that the color has become a bit more dark since when I opened it last year.
Yep, absolutely.
It's not an old wine, but it's going more towards red, like garnet red instead of ruby.
Yeah.
That's just a natural sign of a bit older.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys know about aromas? Have you heard the terms primary, secondary, and tertiary aromas?
I know nothing, so I am the guinea pig here. Yes, you have to
Heck
tell me
yeah.
everything.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I know some been in the tastings
Yeah,
last 40 years.
beautiful.
40 years.
Experience.
Long experience in tasting wines.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I started, you know, in a 5 of 8, 5 or so.
Yeah, you're beating my couple of years of experience. So please add to the topic when you have something to say. But I think I'll guide you through how to smell it and what it means, because that's the most exciting part. Both what is happening here, but also why and what does that mean for potential food choices or taking it further. So if both of you give your glass a little swirl, we do that to let the wine get more contact with oxygen and thus release more aromas.
I don't mind it's just sloshing around in the glass. It's not as
Yeah, so
like, how do you do that?
Okay, so swirling is in this part of your arm. It's not in the arm. It's
It's in
what
the
do you call
wrist.
this? In the wrist, yeah.
you
So
know,
imagine that
Audrey
only the
Hepburn,
wrist.
it's all in the wrist.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember this. Okay.
But it
I'm
requires
trying.
a lot of practice. I remember practicing with water. I was just standing like at the sommelier school. I was just sitting there practicing with water, like this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ismo, you could do that too. Okay, I think mine is still getting some oxygen, even though it just looks like, I'm on a boat or something.
Exactly. I'm getting a bit seasick. Okay, so if you stick your nose in, what we're first going to do today, because we divide aromas when it comes to wine into primary, secondary, and tertiary aromas. So the primary aromas are the aromas that are the grape's personality, like which traits are special to this grape alone. And that's usually a kind of fruit and berries, which is what the grape will smell and taste without any intervention of anything. So that's the primary aromas. And then secondary aromas are aromas put there during the winemaking. So if the wine has been affected by barrels or oxidative winemaking or reduction, these things are secondary aromas. And then tertiary aromas are what develops in the bottle afterwards. So after you're done in the cellar, you move on, put it in a bottle, and that's the aging. Aromas that develop during the aging process afterwards. Usually leather, chocolate, dried fruits. It can be a lot. That's understandable?
Yes.
Nice.
Let's drink already.
Okay, so what do you smell?
Oh, smell. Okay. Like we
Today
smell.
we only smell.
We're getting to the drinking, okay?
Just smelling, and then we put the cork back to the bottle and
Oh
throw wine away. Never.
Never. Not wasting good wine. Okay, then I will start. For me, and usually what Grenache gives me as a grape is very bright red fruity aromas. Strawberries, maybe raspberries, cherries. It's really popping out of the glass. Sometimes something floral, perfumey, like violets.
Okay, now I don't know what to say because I smell chocolate and you said chocolate is something that comes only in the bottle. So that's like a wrong.
No,
But I also get the raspberry. I do get the raspberry.
But it is a wine that's 3 years old, and some wines mature faster than others. So it's not a wrong aroma. But it's not a primary aroma. So if you want to just tick up the primary aromas first, like what's this grape's personality? Do we have some more fruits or?
Yeah, always describe it this like a raspberry juice, and
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
that's the primary.
Yes. And cherry and raspberry, they go like they're kind of in the same bucket, in the flavor
Yeah.
bucket.
Yeah, I remember when this wine was very young, there was a lot of cherry, but
Mm.
I don't find it anymore.
Mm-mm. I find that it's less fruity and more, of course, a bit more developed. But I remember, yeah, when tasting it last year, now it has a bit more. It's a bit more affected by secondary aromas as well. So it's less fruity, which means that the secondary aromas can be more present. So if you move on to that one, I'm also getting, or it's been in the barrels. That's a
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
and
you can have the
you can smell
vanillas.
it. Yeah, either in the shape of vanilla powder, but to me it also pops out as licorice.
Mm.
It's really licoricey, which usually is an aroma that comes when happy, bright, red fruits, grapes
Happy
have some
grapes.
quality time.
Sad grapes doesn't smell like this.
No, happy grapes. Yeah.
I feel like I just want to repeat what you said, but I also, again, I think the vanilla is pretty strong.
Mm. So just if this was a blind tasting, just by knowing that, oh, I taste some red fruit and I taste the vanilla, you could already tell that, oh, this is a grape that should be in this kind of family, and bang, it has had some time in oak in the winemaking.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is same as the tertiary, because everything your wine in your glass is trying to tell you is which grape it is, or which grapes it is, where it's from, and how it's made, and how old it is. Like, it's literally trying to give it information, although it can be quite difficult to decrypt it sometimes.
I also get a little bit of like, okay, now we're recording, so I'm really embarrassed with everything that I'm saying, revealing my
No.
ignorance. But I feel like I'm getting the smell of the cellar, like
Mhm.
concrete in the basement, a cellar type of
Mhm.
aroma, which I love. By the way, I love
Sorry.
that smell. Just going in
Mm.
the basement, so it's like, oh, it smells so good.
Well, you love the brutalism.
I love the brutalist architecture, so yeah,
Mhm.
concrete
That's nice.
goes with that.
And no aromas are wrong. That's what we need to like take and throw.
Thank
I'm
you.
throwing it out of my window. It's gone. It's on the streets now, being trampled by tourists in Barcelona. Because we have different experience with smell, we have different experience with taste, we have different sensitivity to different things, and it is molecular. Like, smell is molecules, and our brain tends to confuse them sometimes as well. And this is not saying that yours is wrong, but the reason for why we smell raspberries in this one, clearly there's no raspberries in our wine, it's just grapes. But that's because the molecular structure of the raspberry smelling aromas are somehow similar to the structure of the molecules here. Sorry, English is difficult today. So that makes our brain confuse those two, and that's how we can pluck up on aromas that obviously are not actually in the wine.
Question to sommelier.
Yes.
When you pair, how how do you find like how big part of the aromas or to the taste when you start to pair something with the wine or some food?
Yeah, how much it affects the choice of the pairing, you mean?
Yeah, like of course the taste is taste, and it's basically the defining end result. But
Yeah,
some wines can taste so different what they smell, and they all affect on the pairing choices.
of course. So when we want to pair something, what we mostly look into is firstly the structure of the wine. Because when you take a bit of food, if it's super acidic, has a lot of umami, or super salty, your taste buds will immediately adapt to the bite you've taken, so that the next one becomes less of a shock, which means that your taste buds change to adapt to the food. And that's what affects the wine. That's what makes the wine change, because your taste buds are prepared for something different. So if you eat something that is, how to say, like very bitter, food that's very bitter, that's going to mask the fruitiness of the wine in the next sip. So different tastes affects the wine. So yes, sorry, I'm not just blubbering by now. I'm getting excited. So we mostly pair according to structure, that if the food is acidic, acidity breaks down acidity in wine. So then you need a wine that's even more acidic than the food to not feel like there's no acidity in the wine. Same with sweetness. Sweetness masks it. So if you have a dessert, you need a wine that's even sweeter, because the sweet of the dessert is going to make the wine seems less sweet. So that's the structure of pairings. And then we have what we call complementary pairings, when the food and the wine are a good and natural match, both because they work in structure, but also because they maybe remind each other of each other. Right. So they must have the necessary structure to feel good in your mouth. But then also it's quite common if you have a Syrah that's a bit smoky, peppery, dark fruity, it's common to pair it with game meat or something a bit rougher. Both because the structure works, but also because aromas are similar.
Right.
Was that an answer?
Yeah. It's not simple, like a question. There's no simple answer, but yeah, I've been thinking sometimes like how much they kind of fight that, what kind of things you pair, but sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's always easier or the food affects the wine the most. So if you want the wine to shine, it's nice having a food that's not too overpowering, because then the wine doesn't need to be this much to adapt to it.
Yeah. I guess the best would be if they both kind of enhance each other, kind of evolve together.
And matches in weight. So if you have heavy wine, heavy food, light wine, lighter food,
right,
which a lot of people do naturally,
yeah.
But it's nice thinking of as well. But there is no wrong pairing. If you like your food, if you like your wine, then you're having a pleasant experience. And most people are not capable of noticing what's a perfect match or what's an okay match.
Yeah. True.
So, okay, should we taste the wine then?
Yes.
Okay, so we have established that it has on the nose, it has some primary, secondary, and tertiary aromas, if we put chocolate in there.
Yes. And the basement?
And the basement.
The cellar, is that the tertiary or the secondary?
It depends on which category we put it into. If we think of it as wet rock or flint, which is some of a mineral-y aroma, which needs to be discussed at another time because it cannot be proven, but everyone agrees that minerality exists, but no one can prove it actually is there.
Interesting.
But also coming from the aging or the fact that it's been closed for a bit of a time, then it needs to air out.
Yeah. We opened this bottle when, Ismo, like 15 minutes ago? 20 minutes ago?
Maybe half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago.
Yeah. I'll taste.
Yeah, no spitting here.
I'll just make my tea for later.
Yeah, spitting is not our style.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is so... Just explodes in the mouth.
It is a bomb.
Wow. Yes.
Sorry.
Nice.
The wine is not bad. My body's just not good.
Oh. Yeah, this is not a good day for you to do a wine tasting.
No worries. I taste wine every day for work, so we're dealing with it. Yeah, so it's definitely giving more on the palate. Here you have other components you're not getting on the nose. You have the spice, a bit like peppery spice, but also the alcohol is playing a part of it, which means that you couldn't pair wine just necessarily by the nose bit. You have to actually taste it as well. The acidity is present. It's a light wine, but it still has a bit of a body. I would say medium body to it.
Medium body.
Okay, medium body.
I don't know how to do the air thing with my mouth. I can see all the professionals, they're like slurping like that. I don't know how to do that.
No, you don't have to do it. But it's just, again, the same reason you're swirling your glass to both let the wine taste all the places in your mouth, because we taste different stuff on the tip of our tongue and back and under the lip here, but also to release more aromas inside, or taste, sorry.
Again, I taste some weird things. I taste like olives and sardines and like something like this.
Take them
And
away.
Olives is an aroma.
I swear, I did not have sardines for lunch. So it's from the wine.
No, but olives, especially black ones, is an aroma often connected with grapes growing close to the Mediterranean Ocean. Like the
Okay,
Mediterranean
voila.
Sea around there. Getting a different type of sun that you would if you go closer to the Atlantic Ocean.
Sorry for the
Yeah.
shades, but it's so
You just
stunning.
want to look cool.
It is
Yeah.
the Mediterranean sun.
It is.
It's too much, no?
No.
Well, that's too much after 2 months raining.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
been
sorry
awful.
for you.
Yeah, it's been awful. Very bad winter. I can't wait.
Yeah.
We can't wait to
So much
get some
rain.
sun.
But now summer has started.
I feel it too. The pollen is here. I can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Sniffing. Okay, but Petra, if I ask you, you were completely new to this today.
Yes.
Have you learned something?
I reinforced my understanding that I don't know anything about classifying the different tastes and the aromas. Because my first, when I'm smelling and tasting, I'm just smelling and tasting the different aromas. I can't categorize them into primary and secondary. But do you have to? Do you need to? Like, what's the point?
The point is the fun of the knowledge. Regular wine drinkers absolutely do not have to or need to know
Okay.
the difference or know the correct ways of addressing things.
Yes.
But if you, as a customer, come to me at the wine bar and say, hey, I like a wine that's a bit like this, but it's also maybe not dominated by secondary aromas, or you want something with tertiary aromas, by knowing what they mean, it's going to be easier for me to find a wine that suits your palate.
Yes. And it's a great tool as a wine drinker if you want to you know, develop yourself in finding the aromas and understanding more about the wine, to know that there are these 3 different categories. And then before recording, Judith, you mentioned something called the aroma wheel.
Yes.
Tell us about the aroma wheel.
I'll show you. So the aroma wheel is a cheat sheet for everyone.
Another cheat sheet. We had
I
one
love
for
cheat sheets.
pairing when we recorded
I love
about wine pairing.
all those cheats.
Yeah, but I cheat with sheets. I'm gonna find it. So I'm now opening the Holy Bible of accessible wine information, the Wine Folly, making everyone's lives a bit easier.
Yeah.
I wish they would sponsor me. They're not. I keep buying their stuff.
One day.
So here they have a complete aroma wheel, but also a selection of which aromas belong where. So then you have the categories of red fruit. Okay, if I'm tasting red fruit, is it maybe plum? Is it sour cherry? Is it tomato? Is it strawberry? So it's helping you, if you smell red fruit or taste it, that defining, oh, maybe it's this or that, which again helps you acknowledging which grape is this, because every grape has certain personality traits. And it becomes a lot easier when you identify them.
I love that. I think I'm gonna do this later. Just by myself.
And it also
glass
tells
of
you
wine.
secondary and tertiary aromas. So it's easy to say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a side note, like you mentioned that you're a wife of the winemaker. Maybe it would be good to describe your husband's wines in some other place than our sauna bar.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe
Just
that's
a
a
good
mission
point.
for you, Petra.
That's a
I
good
can train you.
Well, I am so on my TikTok channel, I am cooking, and then I'm just like showing the wine. Okay, this is my food and this is my wine, but I'm not doing it scientifically like with this aroma wheel. But
maybe you don't have to. Everyone doesn't have to, but it's fun knowing what you're doing, and the more you know about wine, the funnier it becomes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think this was a fantastic episode. Thank you so much, Judith.
Pleasure.
Maybe so. This was the first time we actually did like a real tasting, and we did it on camera. Maybe we should do an episode also with like different food items, like with olives and like some, I don't know.
I think so. And actually tasting the wines that are in your stock right now. Because
Yes.
I chose this one because it's not necessarily relevant for
True.
your cooking and showing. But now that we know what to look for and what it means, then it's going to be a lot more fun to open a new bottle and try it with the food you're making or seeing if it is a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ismo, you had another wine that we actually do sell now, which is a little bit like this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
not
thinking like
exactly.
one of our wines is a little bit like this in aroma, and this guy, Magic Woods,
Magic
has
Woods.
Magic Woods. Uh, it has same kind of a structure, and
Mhm.
the body is pretty much the same. It's a little bit smoother. There, it's a blend, and there's a little bit Syrah, which even gives more smooth over there. But all of our 5 wines, what we are selling right now, I think that's the closest to those or to that.
That's exciting. Maybe that's the next one then.
Yeah, could like
Sounds
compare the notes, like how was this and how is that. Yeah,
sounds good.
absolutely.
Oh, poor Judith. Okay, you don't look
Uh,
well. You need to
I'm
go and get
surviving.
some
I'm
rest.
surviving.
The wine helps.
The
We
wine
know.
helps.
It does. It does.
Yes.
Natural wine.
Get some rest and enjoy some natural wine and
Merci.
take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Until the next episode.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.